Hello everyone. Hello, hello. Alrighty. So in today's video we're gonna play some more Boros Burn. The reason is I wanted to play some Burn because last month, at the beginning of the month and towards the end of the month, I was not feeling great about the Burn deck. I had a pretty tough, I had some pretty tough results. But then eventually I got better results, and in my win rate at the end of the month was like almost 67%, which is pretty excellent. So yeah. So I've made some few changes to the sideboard, to the list. So basically we have the same main list, but I now have 3 paths because the Murktide matchup is actually quite more challenging than before. As well as Deflecting Palm. I'm not going to bring 3 palms against the Murktide matchup, but I'm going to bring in actually I might, because of Ledger Shredder. That's one of the reasons why Murktide has become so difficult, is Ledger Shredder is an actual very difficult threat to get rid of, except for Path. And also Hammer Time has been popping in a little more, as well as Leyline, not Leyline, but Living End, which is an also very popular matchup. Deflecting Palm is pretty good against them. And the path are pretty much only for Hammer Time, Titan decks, even though I don't see that much if I play against any creature deck, but it's more for Hammer Time and Murktide, basically. So yeah, Murktide and Hammer Time has been difficult, not easy matchups per se in the last few weeks. But I've seen a lot of Elementals. Elementals have been one of the best matchups right now. That's pretty surprising because they're running a lot of life gain like Omnath and Solitude. And they have a lot of removal spell, Lightning Bolt, Prismatic Ending and stuff. But it's surprisingly a pretty good matchup for us. Alright, so just before we get into the league, I just want to say 3 little things. So first of all, I'm gonna be doing a lot more live stream on YouTube. So I don't know if some of you guys saw that I was on Twitch a lot more, but then I'm deciding to head back to YouTube because I found a job for the summer, so I'm not gonna be able to be as much on Twitch as I wanted to. So YouTube is the main platform I'm gonna be on for my live. Second thing, very good news. I got sponsored by Top Deck Hero. You are seeing it on your screen. I even have my shirt on when I used to work there, because it is actually my local game store. It's a great place. It's one of the biggest local game store in Canada in terms of size. They have a pretty nice inventory, and I also got sponsored by them. So this video is sponsored by Top Deck Hero. So I have a promo code ggforgoblinguide at your checkout. Just use the code and you're gonna get 10% off your singles, so that's very nice. So if you're in North America, use this code. If you're going to buy singles anyway in a local game store, might as well get 10% off. It's free, supports me, so you get 10% off and I get 10% of the revenue, so it's a 10-10. Everybody's happy. And yeah, so let's get into the league. And hopefully our Boros Burn deck will be not too shabby. So it's the first time I'm going to try out this 3-3-3 sideboard. I actually saw, I think it was the top 8 guy that was playing a 3-3-3 sideboard with Bridge, Ensnaring Bridge. But I don't really like Bridge. He was running 0 Smash to Smithereens, and I'm not a very huge big fan of Bridge. I think if you already have 3 Palm and you already have 3 Path, a 3 Bridge is like really an overkill. Like some might say 3 Path and 3 Palm are already overkills. So that's why I'm rather being on Smash team. Keeping my Smashes for Chalice of the Void decks also. Hello everyone that is joining in. Hello, hello. Not sure my mtgo is doing that. Cannot like display correctly. Can do that, I guess. Hello, Rivera, how are you doing, my friend? Hello, hello, everyone that is joining in. We haven't started yet, so please joining. Get something to drink, something to eat, and let's get into the league. Sorry, Jens Hevik. Well, watch as much as you can, and then of course we're playing in the tier 0 burn deck. Alright, this hand is very awkward, and we're gonna take them all. Another awkward hand, but it's already better than the last one, and I don't really want to go to 5, so I'm just gonna put this Helix, and hopefully we're gonna draw a second land, and our Scalding Guide is going to carry us. How you, Mo? How are you doing, my friend? Alright, so let's grab a Sacred Foundry and swing for 2. Fairy, okay. So the Fairy could be UI control, though it's pretty rare that people play UI control these days. Yeah, Morgan, that's very, very true. Like, right now, burn is... a lot of games are just going to be... if you make one small mistake, that could be the game. And once... like, it's going to happen often where you just... well, I need to top deck a burn right now to win the game, and you don't, and you just lose. Alright, that's pretty interesting. That's Steam Vents, Sacred Foundry, and Teferi, so... just Sky control of the sort, but they're not the Yorion deck, so not sure what their deck is still. Alright, we drew the land, which is the best draw in our deck. Vintage is great. I asked Doomwink then, sadly he was playing a different league. That on his video, so I couldn't watch you on his video. Okay. I see. But I don't think, does Doomway has a YouTube channel or just a stream on Twitch? Marvel's packing Spell Pierce. That's interesting. We drew another line. That's very good. Let's cast all of our burn spells while our opponent is tapped out of their blue. Sego. Sure. Okay, my opponent needs a Spell Pierce or a Force of Negation. Alright, that was pretty easy. because my opponent did not do much. They played Lightning Bolt and a Spell Pierce, and that was it. Okay, he has a YouTube channel to put the pulse of his streams. Alright, so I honestly have no clue of what they're playing. Spell Pierce, Teferi is like maybe a Murktide deck splashing white for Tef, or just Sky playing Spell Pierce because there are a lot of living ends. Leaving part was in 5 minutes in the bathroom. Alright, 3 Vortex, and let's just take out our Blazes, I guess. I'm guessing they're... With what I saw, I'm just gonna guess they're just Sky Control. And, I don't know, I guess we can play one Signifier over the last Blaze. Maybe they're on Snaps, maybe they're on Solitude, maybe they're on Furies. I really did not get enough information in this game. Maybe they are even on Ragavan, and I want my Searing Blaze. Yeah, unfortunately, when I do live streams on YouTube, I cannot edit after. So that's the thing. Like, if there's a long wait, people just gotta fast forward when they rewatch the stream afterwards. Hi, Pavajo, how you doing? We're in round number 1, and we won against... Well, we won game 1 against a sort of Jeskai control. Not sure what they are. They only played Bolt, Tef, and Spell Pierce. And did not give us much information on what they are on. Double Rift Bolt. Love having double Rift Bolts against a Teferi deck. Sure. Oh, okay. Now I see what they're on. They are on unlimited creativity. They're on 4-color creativity, I guess. So I'm hoping my opponent gets rid of this Vortex so I can just play my Rift Bolts later on. Looks like they're not doing that. Like, I would be happy if my opponent uses a card to get rid of this. No, we're not playing Pioneer, we're playing Modern. Alright, so Boros Charm your face, and Bolt your face, and you can bounce my Rolling if you want. This is very awkward. I'm not gonna shock in because I'm just gonna play Vortex, say go, leave myself the opportunity to activate it, not crack the Canyon, so next turn I can go for Rift Bolt plus another 2-mana burn spell. How do we fare in Modern nowadays? Last time I played MTG, I felt like I had to play squeaky clean to actually fight for the win. It feels like there's no more easy matchups. It's actually better than people think. Because 4-color Elementals is pretty good for us, surprisingly. People think that because our opponent plays Omnath, it's a bad matchup. But it's surprisingly pretty good for us. Alright, sure. Skewer the Critics! Or Lava Spike. Boom. Boom. Alright, nice. Okay, yeah. So Fortical Elementals is actually surprisingly a good matchup. Murktide is pretty tight, but we are often not too bad. It's not too bad of a matchup. Hammer Time is quite hard. That's why I decided to bring 3 Path and 3 Palm just for that matchup. This is a new sideboard that I've been on for this league. Well, there are the other matchups. Living End is a surprisingly also not too bad for us. It's actually, I would say, a good matchup. And yeah, I just think people are underrating Burn. It's definitely not an easy pick deck that you can just win games out of nowhere. And I think it's still a pretty good deck. It's just, compared to other decks like Murktide, it's just less powerful because Murktide is pretty much as constant as Burn, but has better game plan and better, is more versatile in his game plan. He can win many ways. So yeah, that would be my answer. You played against Omnath in France. Yeah, if we go fast, maybe you're gonna be able to watch everything. Usually, one league of Burn is typically between 1 hour and 1 hour and a half. Around those range. Yeah, Omnath definitely a very hard card to beat. But all decks that play Omnath are 80 card decks, and usually we can actually just win the game before they can play Omnath land, and usually that's good enough. Alright, hopefully we're gonna draw our second land. Living End. Well, you can play Wear Tear. I'm not playing them right now, but you can play Wear Tear, which helps a lot against Leyline. You can also just kill them before they, if they don't have the Living End. You can also slam Roiling Vortex. They can sometimes stumble on their combo. Like, honestly, it's not that bad. It's not an easy matchup, but I think we have a small edge in the matchup. Even though when you look at their game plan and their leyline in the sideboard, it looks pretty hard for us, but it's not too hard. Jeez. Like last month, I played against Living End 6 times, and I went 5-1 against them. Okay, we're playing against Rhinos. Rhinos is a little more harder than Living End. Okay, I don't think we're gonna win a game of Magic against them if we don't draw our second land. Even if we draw our second line, I think this game is... we needed to draw our second line 2 turns ago. Yeah, Pupuja is just a very active Burn community / red community guy. Yeah, definitely. Murktide used to be a often easy matchup, but then they decided to add multiple counter spells like Archmage Charm and Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce definitely being the worst one. Before Spell Pierce, matchup was pretty good, and after Spell Pierce, the matchup feels like bad for us. Alright, I think that's enough. I do play Legacy from time to time, but not that much. Not too much of a Legacy player. Okay, I'm gonna try the palms. I I would like someone to have this deck with them so I could actually try the matchup a little more, because every time I play against them, I try Palm, and it feels okay. So I'm not sure if I want Palm or it just happened that game was good. But I think overall it's okay, because their only counterspell is Dispute and Force. And dealing 4 damage, like a 2 mana Lightning Helix for 4 is actually pretty decent. Yeah, Wear and Tear. I don't play Wear and Tear right now. I don't like playing Wear and Tear, but sometimes just like 3 weeks ago when there were a billion Living End, I just had to play Wear and Tear. It was a bit obnoxious how many Living Ends I was seeing. I was on 2 Wear and Tear and 2 Rest in Peace. Like, what is pretty cool with Burn? Well, not Burn, but the modern minigame at the moment is that it's really changes from week to week. It's just so many adjustments every single week. Merfolk. Yeah, Merfolk is cool, but definitely feels underpowered compared to the other creature decks. Opponent discards a mountain. Sure. Force of Vigor. Alright. Oh, they decided to draw that. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, we got the land. Right to your face. Yeah, Palm is actually not too bad in this matchup. Worst case scenario, it can just like maybe get a Stomp or a Shardless Agent. Like worst case scenario, he's gonna deal 2 damage. It's okay. I'm very surprised that they decided to keep this on top. Like, jeez. They're going to die. They decided to keep this on top, but not the Force of Negation. But I guess they do need to fetch. Yep, second land. Yeah, I know Merfolk is like pretty much like Burn, honestly. Like Burn right now is being played by newer players or returning players that are not comfortable playing other decks in Modern. Players that are returning, like I said, and like loyalists like me that think the deck is has some power in it. And Merfolk, I believe it's pretty much the same thing. Like people are gonna play Merfolk if they're a loyalist of Merfolk, like Nickchu and many others. Or they just have the Merfolk deck, they're returning to Modern. They just, I'm gonna play my Merfolk, why not? Yeah, Tide Shaper is actually pretty effective to beat Urza Saga. It's like 2 mana, destroy your land, get a 2/2. Well, no, not a 2/2 because if you destroy their land, they're not gonna have an island. But yeah, 2 mana to just a 1/1 that destroys a land and is a Merfolk. Pretty good. Yeah, that's very true. Burn is also being played at those that cannot afford MH2 cards. Very, very true. MH2 cards are definitely very, 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 very expensive. Alright, opponent, do you have Force of Vigor? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't force. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. For me, that was pretty much the same. Like, when I saw the printing of Monastery Swiftspear, I was like, oh my god. This, like, there was a, like, somewhat of a burnt shell before, but when I saw Monastery Swiftspear, and I tried Monastery Swiftspear in Standard, and in, like, yeah, in Standard, I was like, geez, this card is so good. Burn is going to become, like, one of the best deck ever. And then, I think that very year, what's the name? What is this name again? I don't remember his name, but a pro player won the Pro Tour with Boros Burn, like, a few months after Swiftspear got printed. Opponent's still on a 2-lander. Unfortunate for them. Getting forced. Alright, so we're gonna look at our opponent a bit. We're drawing between the lines. So I had the affinity deck at that time. And I just sold my affinity deck and I bought Burn. Whoops. Who wants to start Modern from scratch? Just buy loads of MTG boxes. You can have a competent. Yeah, that's very true. There are like fetch lands, elementals, Ragavans, DRCs, Unholy Heats. So many good cards. I'm just gonna reveal my opponents. We had nothing, opponent. Okay. Yeah, Treasure Cruise was very good. Jeskai Burn. Jeskai Burn. Splashing Steam Vents for... was it 3 or 4 Treasure Cruise? I think it was 4. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to play the deck a lot because it didn't take a lot of time before Treasure Cruise got banned. I need to find the overlay that puts your score. I don't know why it's so hard to find. I like search everywhere on Google, on mtgo, mtgo Reddit and stuff, and I cannot find that overlay. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys that are watching streamers know what I'm talking about. Like, it automatically puts your score like 2-0. If you win the game, there's an arrow pointing up. No, the other blue cards were not played. It was literally Splash for Treasure Cruise. Because Snap is a very good card, but it's 2 mana. And it doesn't have haste, so it's not really in a burn game plan. Not particular powerful hand, but I can keep this. Treasure Cruise. Okay, I think we're up against Affinity. Hey, Amen. Not sure how to pronounce your name, but thank you. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Alright, we just have to not draw lands and we should be good. Because our opponent has a really slow start. Yeah, Pod was kind of obnoxious when it went off. And Twin was just not fun to play against. Just... Alright, bolt your creature turn 1, remand your other thing turn 2, tap your land turn 3, and then win turn 4. Opponent is really, really slow. Their start is pretty slow. Goblin Guide. Esper Sentinel. Sure. I think their expedition map is a one-of to just go fetch for... If they have Urza Saga, they can just go fetch for the one-of expedition map and get another Urza Saga. That's pretty much it. Do I let them draw a card? I think I will. Just to have tempo with my mana here. Could have a Rebuke. Sure. That is fine. Good. 8. And Burn Spell? Nope. Okay. If I draw a Searing Blaze, it's better. So let's do that. Nope. Okay, so I'm just gonna pass. Play my land right. Okay, I'm gonna Skullcrack them. Because they're gonna grab Shadowspear. Hopefully I can draw my last bird spell to finish the game. Yeah, I also would like Chain Lightning. I think we deserve it. But the thing is... No, actually, I think it would still be fine because if we haven't not seen Unholy Heat, like if Unholy Heat didn't exist, people would be like, oh no, but Izzet decks and other decks that are splashing red would have 4 bolts and 4 Chain Lightnings. But now we have Unholy Heat, so we have another option that is better, honestly. I'm just gonna do that now, so they don't draw Rebuke. That is better. So now I think Chain Lightning would actually be fair to be printed. Burn Spell. Burn Spell. Don't have Rebuke. Don't have Rebuke. Yay. Alright. So yeah. I think Unholy Heat makes it very possible that we could have Chain Lightning later. Yeah, I know I could trick them, but if it was maybe better because if I draw Swiftspear or Goblingide, it's lethal. But if they draw Rebuke, Rebuke line untapped. I guess if they draw Rebuke line untapped, no, I actually just lose the game. if they drew Rebuke Light on top, I just lose the game on the spot. Because they just swing for 8 and gain 8. But if they drew that, they would have countered my Skewer the Critics anyway. So yeah, maybe it was better to just go for let them attack and then do it after. Alright, so I've been sideboarding quite differently later against Affinity lately, because they're playing some sort of a more of control slash value engine. So Roiling Vortex, I would never bring that in against Affinity, the old Affinity, but this new Affinity is actually slower, and it's actually pretty good because they cannot jam all of their things that cost 0 mana. So on the draw, I'm gonna take up, well, my Rift Bolts, just, I don't want to draw them. And I think I just want probably 2 path. I don't think I want the 3rd path. It's maybe a little too much. Skewer doesn't have haste. Doesn't have instant speed. And maybe just 2 palms on the draw. I think on the play I don't want the palms, but on the draw I think it's probably okay. And just maybe cut 2 Eidolons, because on the draw I don't really want Eidolons. Okay. Sure. Can work with this. Okay, I'm gonna let them draw a card. Like, Esper Sentinel is so good against us, because if you're playing Murktide, you could just go, alright, Sacred Foundry tap, go, do your stuff, but when you play Burn, you have to play your spells, go, 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 to just not lose the tempo and the board. And Esper Sentinel is just really a pain in the ass. Okay, Vortex. Can draw a card. So now, all their thing that costs 0 is very tough for them to play. And they have a lot of things that cost 0, because all of the affinity creatures cost 0. Okay. So I can pat this. The Shadow Spear is cleared. Ouch. Palm? Not a palm. Okay, so go. Let them do their thing. Yep. Oof, 2 Urza Saga. Okay, that's it's gonna be tough. Okay, let's go path. Let's pay. I need to draw a smash or a palm or both. Okay. In standard, Kimono faces Kakazan, is seeing a lot of playing red aggro. Do you think this is a good budget replacement for Ragavan? And do you see a place for it in any of your red decks? In Pioneer, it's actually really great. In Modern, it's a little too slow to... Wow, that's perfect. It's a little too slow to do what it does. Like, the effect is basically deal 1 damage, then your Eidolon, in the best case scenario, deals... is a 3/3. But the thing is, in Pioneer, the removal spells are Play with Fire, Wild Slash, Unblessed Bolt and stuff like that. But in Modern, it's a Lightning Bolt. So already the second ability is pretty bad. And the third one is a 2-2, but it's a 2-2 by turn 3. And that's already too slow in Modern. Your opponent's going to have a board already to block whatever there is. So, no, I don't really like the card in Modern. I think maybe in a mono-red version, maybe for a budget, but other than that, not really. Alright, opponent is taking 9 to the face. And we're going to Helix, and we need to draw a burn spell, or we're dead. Oh, we dead. That is a burn spell. Alright, 3-0. 3-0 with the burn deck. I'm very happy I brought the proms in. Because if I didn't, I would not win this game. GG, if they printed a burn spell that was 3 color mana cost with Delve, how many do you think will play? So Lightning Bolt, like 3 damage, instant, 2 colorless, 1 red, Dredge 2? Is that like the card you have in mind? Because if it is 2 colorless, 1 red, Dredge, deal 3, it would be pretty busted. We would play 4, for sure. Like, worst case scenario, it would be a bad... Like, worst case scenario, it's better than a Rift Bolt or a Skewer the Critics. Let's take them all. I think if it was sorcery speed, it would already be a little more fair. And in that case, I think we'd still play 4 or maybe 2 or 3. But if it is Lightning Bolt, Dredge 2 for 3 mana, that's very good. Because we can easily put 2 cards in our grave. Like, very, very easily. And even if our opponent has Graveyard Hate, it's still 3 mana. It's not, like, uncastable for us. But damn, that would be played probably in many decks. Like, what I want for the next Modern Horizon is a card, basically like Chain Lightning, that goes in burn, but does not go in other decks, necessarily. Alright, I'm just gonna play 2 Swiftspears and not attack, pass. So another affinity deck. Sure. Hey, BN, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Jeez, that's a lot of things. Alright, I don't really need this Eidolon anymore. Let's block. gonna lose this game. Oh yeah, sorry, Papa Joe. So we're now sponsored by Top Deck Hero. So Top Deck Hero is actually my local game store, and it's one of the biggest game store in Canada in terms of like size of gameplay room. Okay, we're gonna double block, and you can get 10% off on singles in your first order. So if you're looking to buy singles, definitely go use the code. The code is ggforgg. It's in the description below. So if you're going to buy singles anyway, might as well get a 10% discount. Alright, maybe we have a chance, but I don't think we have one because our opponent's gonna get Shadow Spear. So we can chomp. Sure. Chomp, charm. Let's say they don't have Shadow Spear because why not? Yeah, we're still dead. Just want to see if they have Shadow Spear. Okay. GG. Hey, thanks, Papa Joe. Yeah, and it's like, I'm not just saying this because it was it is my sponsor now. It's just generally a very good store, and I also happen to have worked there for 2 years. 1 year ago, I worked there for 2 years. Made sense. And it's a very good. The people there are very good staff. They're very friendly. I didn't leave the job because I was not happy or anything. They have great service. And yeah, like if you buy singles with the code, you just support me as well. It's just everybody wins in this situation. You get 10% off your order. I get a little payback from your order, and everybody's happy. Alright, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna try to be very aggressive. Hopefully they're not gonna have a million blockers by turn 2, because I do want to have some damage in with this Swiftspear. Okay, unfortunately that's 1 if they have Midnight, plus they could have like 2 blockers turn 1. Oh, or 0, that's fine. Okay, nice, so Swiftspear is gonna get in for 2 damage, and Goblinguide got in for 4. Already doing their job. And we're gonna have Searing Blaze for the next blocker. That's very, very good. We're in great shape. That is fine. That is fine. That is not really what I wanted to see, but it's okay. Let's just swing, see what they want to do. I'm guessing there's a rebuke coming. Just gonna use my spells. If they want to rebuke this, that's fine. Good as goes to 4, okay. What's good about Regenerate is that it taps the creature. So if I Searing Blaze it, it's going to get tapped, and we can swing after that. Also, I'm probably gonna do damn, every time I wanted to say this word in English, I can't remember what it's called. Survey? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Probably gonna do a survey on my channel, but do you guys play any, or do you buy any sealed products like booster boxes, commander, precons, and stuff like that? Because it's pretty important because the code is only for singles, but the boss of Top Deck Hero told me if your fans are interested in also buying sealed products, we could do another code for sealed products, and it could be even more of a percentage, like, I don't know, something like 15-20% for a limited time. Like, for example, the Double Master is coming this year. I don't know, 50% off your next booster box of Double Master, something like that. Yeah, taps a creature, and we can swing, and that's lethal. Unless they have Galvanic Blast, that's the only card, or I think that's the only card that gets them out of the way. Okay. On the draw, yeah, that's fine. I'm still gonna go with that. Sure, we have one way to get rid of an annoying creature. That's a very good turn one for us. We can go 1, 2, 3. And Roiling Vortex is actually is very good against them because yes, they're an aggro deck and deals damage to us, and that's bad. But it stops Shadowspear from being too effective, and it stops them to like vomit their hand too fast. Like sometimes they're just gonna go, alright, turn 3, they have 3 artifacts, and then they go affinity, 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 draw affinity, affinity, and you're just like, okay, can't do anything about that. But now they cannot do that anymore because they're gonna take 15 damage if they do that, so that's good about Roiling Vortex. So now I'm feeling pretty great. Their start is very, very slow. Like, this is a scary card, but we have the path, so I'm feeling okay. No, it's not that much of a brave keep. Because one path could actually just, like, they're 1/1s and they're 2/2s. We don't really care about them. We only care about the creature that is going to get plating or Shadowspear or the construct. That's the only thing we care about. And we don't need to have, like, to bolt every single creature. So, and yes, it was not the best hand. Like, we didn't have Smash or something like that. But their start was very slow as well. So I'm pretty happy. So they can make a construct. It's going to be a 4/4. So I'm just going to go Islet, pass, Boros Charm, activate Roiling Vortex. I think that's the plan here. Yep. If they go for Shadowspear equip, I can also just pad the creature, and then I need to draw a Smash or another path or a Deep Palm. Because now currently does not have enough mana to activate to equip the Shadowspear. Yeah, regenerate is fine. We can bypass that. Hi Bruno Rodriguez. Thank you, my friend. You're also a Burn player. Did you know the channel before, or it just happened to you? That was in your recommended. If it's your first time here, welcome to the stream. Alright, so obviously we're just gonna block here. That's a pretty easy block. And I'm just gonna cast Boros Charm. Yeah, I'm in I'm in tough shape. Okay. So Spike. Spike. And go. Next turn, Path, activate Roiling Vortex. Hopefully, we're not dead. We draw Burn Spell. They go to 1. We Roiling Vortex activation last time. That's the win. Oh, okay. Nice. Wow. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is, yes, they are an aggressive deck, but right now, like I was saying before, they're less aggressive than their past version. Oh no, they have the counter. Well, I couldn't do anything about that. I guess I was supposed to play the guide just because of that. Yeah, I was probably supposed to play the guide. Another path. Alright, yeah, that's they only play 3 Rebuke, and I cannot play around it too well. The only way I could play around it was playing the guide, but then if they had the Shadow Spear, I guess it was better to play around 3 card than 1. Also, I could have just Path at my turn, so that way they don't they only swing for 14 damage. Makes we're still alive. Yeah, I think I just messed up there. Messed that up. That's what we're talking about, playing tight. One mistake, one small mistake, and it's over. It's over. Alright, no 5-0 for today, but let's try to get a 4-1. Oh, Rodix. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, sorry, like I was saying, if people are joining, new people, I'm not going to be streaming on Twitch anymore because I found a job this summer, so I'm going to be streaming on YouTube mainly when I can, and other content is going to be just recorded video at the time that I can, because my job this summer, like the first plan was just to play on Twitch, like have a regular schedule Monday through Friday, and play on Twitch like every single day. But then I decided to go back to my old job last summer, so I'm not gonna have a lot of time, so I'm gonna play live on YouTube instead of growing my Twitch. We're on the play. Hey, stupid name 47. What's the top 5? What's your top 5 decks in Modern at the moment? Okay, I think Tier 1, Murktide, 4-color Elemental / 4-color Blink. I'd say Living End also, Tier 1. So Living End, Murktide, 4-color Blink, all Tier 1s. So that's 3. Then I'd say, last 2. I think probably Footfalls at 1.5. And Hammer Time. Hammer Time being over Footfalls. So yeah, so in order, I think I would say like 4-color Blink and Murktide are about the same power level. So both being like first place or so. Then Living End third place, then Hammer Time, then Footfalls. Death Shadow, no, it has taken quite a hit. Death Shadow in the banning of Lurrus, and also Solitude is just so good to deal with the Shadow. So Shadow, I think, is a tier 2 deck right now, like Burn. I think Burn is tier 2. If Amulet was played more, would you consider it as a tier 1 deck? I think Amulet is struggling right now because of, well, many reasons, but Solitude, Murktide is a good matchup. Well, Murktide, like, usually beats Amulet. Solitude, I think I already said that. Boseiju, Prismatic Ending, like, there are many cards that actually add up. I don't think Amulet is a bad deck. I think it's probably tier 2 also. Same range as Burn, Death Shadow. Like, good decks that if you pick them up and you master them, of course you're gonna do good results. But like, why play them when you can have other decks that are just better? Alright, they need to have Spell Pierce. No, not even Spell Pierce. I think they're just dead here. Yeah. My brother plays a lot of Amulet, and like, it's not a bad deck at all. It's just people have been struggling with it because of many cards that have been printed. I think we're playing against Death Shadow here. I don't think I'm gonna bring my D-Palm. I already have 3 path, and I think that's good enough. Yeah, too late. I wanted to get out the Helix. Yeah, Ledger Shredder is good against all red decks. Ledger Shredder is surprisingly very good. I'm playing Murktide myself, and Jesus, this card is so good. I love this card. When I play the card, I love it, and when I'm against it, I hate it. That's one way to put it. And just yesterday, I was playing Murktide at my local game store, and my opponent played Lay Down the Void. So all of my graveyard was Exile, and I had 2 Shredder in my deck, and I literally said, alright, my win cons are Shredders. So let's go through the deck, let's do it. I finished the game with 10 or 15 cards in my library, and I had 2 Shredders on the battlefield. They were like 6 power Shredders, and I just started swinging. And I think I was like at 1 HP because my opponent was swinging with me. He was playing Yawgmoth. They kept swinging with the wolves and the guys and stuff. Hammer Time tier 1. Yeah, Hammer Time is probably around tier 1 or 1.5. I think people are more prepared for it right now, so it makes the deck a little less powerful, but don't get me wrong, it's like a very good deck for sure. Do your stupid surveil. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I have to accelerate on those 2 comments. Playing Murktide at events and local game store of Forkle Elemental, Yawgmoth popping up, preying on Murktide, affinity, and scales. Also, yeah. I'm also playing a lot of Murktides at my local game store, and most people at my local game store are also playing Murktides. So it's either Mirrors are just like other decks. Like other decks tend to be very diversified, but sometimes we're at like 20 at Fridays, and we're literally playing. 6 people are playing Murktide. Yo, GTL, how are you, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube today, so I'm not gonna be streaming. I'm not, for this time being, I'm not gonna be streaming on Twitch anymore because my plan was to stream pretty much every single day through the summer and not really have a job and just like relax, take it easy. But then I realized, I have to pay my rent and I have to pay my my school. So yeah, I decided to get my job that I had last summer, and yeah. So basically, I'm not gonna be able to grow Twitch too much. So I decided to stream on YouTube from now on, and hopefully just record videos, sometimes be live, and yeah. Yeah, I have 2 brothers. We started playing Magic together. One of them, when we got more competitive, like we were playing very kitchen table Magic. When we got very competitive, one of them decided he didn't really like it anymore. So yeah, my older brother is a very huge fan of land decks. So his first deck was, I don't remember, but something with lands. Then he had Scapeshift, and then he has been playing Amulet for the past 3 years, trying to master the deck. He loves Primeval Titan. I think Primeval Titan is his favorite Magic card. Alright. I didn't realize we were playing against Yorion. I should have mulliganed this hand. Too late. Hopefully we're gonna draw land. Oh. Okay, go. Why do you think Hammer is tier 1.5? I think the deck is tier 1, but people are very prepared for it at the moment, and that makes it a little more difficult to get consistent good results. Like, check out all the popular sideboards, Murktide, 4-color, they are very prepared for the Hammer matchup, and that makes it more difficult to get better results. But if people are not prepared for it, I think the deck is tier 1. But people are prepared for it, so the deck is tier 1.5. That's my reasoning behind that. Land, land, land. Face. Imagine if I were drawing a land here, I could just kill this, probably win the game. I know enchantments are now with Boseiju, but what are your thoughts against 1 Stomping Ground with Drev, Destructive Roll in the sideboard? I would like to be able to have a good mana base with Stomping Ground, but I think for that to happen, we need to have Horizon Gruul lands. I think the 1 Stomping Ground most of the time is gonna screw you over compared to just have a good mana base and not run Destructive Revelry in your sideboard. That's my thinking, and I think a lot of players, very experienced burn players over the years, we have decided that like Stomping Ground is actually affecting more mana base in a wrong way than the little bonus that Destructive Revelry gives in some matchups. Opponent got the Omnath, right? Oh, Solitude. Okay. Oh, they have Omnath in hand? Okay. Imagine if I drew a land like Adel, double Searing Blaze for these two, double Skullcrack. And I know if I drew lines, I wouldn't have drawn spells, but that would have been pretty good. Alright, so unfortunately, like, I think it is a good matchup, just didn't happen to get there like I wanted to. So just take out these. I'm just bringing 2 Path because Path are very for specific creatures. Omnath, Solitude, Risen Reef. The other creatures, I really don't care about them. So, yeah, 2 Path only is fine. Yeah, I love destructive rivalries, but I think to have an easy way to play them, we need to be able to have a good mana base. Being, having Gruul Horizon Canopy lines. And that's not the case. I'm pretty sure someday they're gonna print them. Maybe in Modern Horizon 3. That's my guess. But not for now. Let's grab this. I'm just gonna slam my Vortex. If they want to give me a line, I would be pretty happy. Would it be better to run Wear and Tear instead of enchantment? Yeah, I was playing Wear and Tear. I was playing Wear and Tear 3 weeks ago when there are a lot of Living End, and Living End is playing Leyline in the sideboard. I was facing about 1 or 2 Living End per league, so I decided to just take my my Wear and Tear, and it was pretty effective. Alright, opponent got us with the Chalice. Hopefully we're not gonna draw too many 1-drops. Hey Cheese Lord, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Alright, that's fine. And Chalice on 1 is good against us, but it makes all their Ephemerate go away, which I'm pretty happy about. Can I draw a line for Searing Blaze? Ooh. Okay, so they cannot play Omnath line here, so we're pretty safe to just tap out for a turn. That is alright. Next turn, though, we cannot tap out, because Omnath lined is a lose. That is okay. Okay. Land. Boros Charm. Sure. Cast Boros Charm. Go. Trigger. Bye-bye. Okay. Chalice of the Void. Well, I guess I'm just taking those out. Reducing my 1-drops. And I guess Helix probably better, because Def. Like, they're probably playing 2 Chalice, and I cannot really play around that, so I'm not gonna bring 2 Smash for their 80-card deck that runs 2 Chalice. I think that's a little too aggressive. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully they don't go Chalice on 1 again. Sure. veto. Oh, I don't like that. Because they can counter my Vortex. And damn, I hate it. Because the play was to Vortex this turn, but now the plan is to Swiftspear. If they have Fury, I'm gonna bolt them. So I'm not gonna bolt right now, just to protect my Swiftspear if they have Fury. Because Vortex means I have protection from Fury, but now they just veto my Vortex. I don't want to play Eidolon into a Fury, obviously. So, yeah. Just gonna say go. Sure. Let's just bolt face. I was going to bolt this, but I have Searing Blaze. Play the Vortex while we can. Makes their evoke quite bad. They're gonna block anyway, go to 8. Yeah, I know Fury is not instant speed, it was for them at sorcery speed. So basically what I was saying is pass turn with my Lightning Bolt up, so if they go Fury at their turn, I can bolt their face, protect my Swiftspear. What is this? Omnath. Okay. They cannot play another land. And now we would just win the game. Yep, this is a win. This is a super win. Because remember, they cannot evoke. For good measures, we're gonna go double Searing Blaze. Alright, Elementals. I told you, Elementals is a super good matchup. Like, I think my win rate against Elemental is like 90%. It's just very good. How are you doing, Potato Masher? Well, of course you're not dumb. You just didn't understand what I was explaining because I cannot speak English. Sometimes I'm trying to say something, but I'm like stumbling on my words. That's okay. Hey Steven, glad my Boros burn helped you out. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. So for everyone that is joining in, if you want to support the stream, the channel, you have a couple ways: subscribing, putting a like on this video, commenting, helps me for the YouTube algorithm. And I have a Patreon for Boros Burn. I just posted my last sideboard guide yesterday, so go check that out if you're interested in that. And also we have a new sponsor, Top Deck Hero. So if you want to buy some burn cards, or any cards for that matter, could be for your commander deck, you can get 10% off your singles for your first order. So this is for all North American, and also I think there are shipping to other countries in Europe, but I don't think it's every country, but some of them. That's not what we're looking for. I think that's a mole. That's a very awkward hand. Okay, that's better. Keep bottom. Hey, Potato Masher, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so I think this is UI control. Pretty sure it is. Eidolon, go. Obviously, if you know you're gonna see a lot of living end, Rest in Peace is better. Like, let's not be stupid here. But if you're not expecting specifically living end, it's not. Am I getting verdict here? Am I getting verdict? I am getting verdict. So, Polterface. Skewer. So, obviously, Rest in Peace is better against Living End, but if you think your open meta or your metagame is going to be Murktide, which should be the most popular deck, Sanctifier is going to be better. And also, you don't really need a Rest in Peace to win against Living End, like I've showed in previous videos. Like, I don't know if you've seen my video I posted 1 or 2 weeks ago, but I literally showed that without Rest in Peace you can still win against Living End.
Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart by stone spears.
Draw. Snap incoming. Yep. Okay. Sorry, just trying to see who subscribed because it's always late. The delay on this is I think I'm like in advance of 1 minute for you guys. Maybe I just missed it. So I think I missed it, so I don't know who just subscribed, but thank you very much for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Alright, opponent's at 9. We've got 2 Skullcracks. And we're gonna be chill here. Take our time. No pressure. Sure. We're gonna go for the strat that holding our burn spells. Eventually we're gonna have a bunch of them. Sure. Creatures we can cast though. Okay. Yeah, I could have blazed before blockers, but what makes it better is if they have a counter spell, they go counter my blaze, then they go Fiery Islet, draw an extra card, so they have more ways to get some counter spells, and I still keep my Eidolon either way. And if they had a counter spell for my Blaze, that way I could have dealt 2 more damage. What is happening here? Okay, Deluge. Hey, Eric Armstrong, thank you for the subscription. Sorry I missed your your sub. Welcome, welcome. Hey DG, just subbed to your Patreon. Can't wait to read up for your sideboard guide. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for the support. Patreon and buying cards now on Top Deck Hero is like the best way you can support me. So thank you very much for that extra mild support. Okay, can we stop drawing lines? Like, we're trying to go for a very huge burning hand and then cast everything, but now we're just drawing lines. We're gonna start to fetch because anyway this is a 2-turn kill. Fetch, Foundry, tapped. I need to draw my burn. It's not it. Snap. Sure. Draw your cards. Yeah, I think we're not gonna win this game. We drew too many lines when we needed to draw non-lines. Sure. Okay, it's a good one. What are your thoughts about 4 Skullcrack instead of 4 Searing Blaze? Searing Blaze is actually very good. It's not always good, obviously, but it's one of the most powerful burn spell when it's good, because 2 mana deals 6 damage. And I think there are quite a lot of creatures right now that I think it's still fine to run those 4 Searing Blaze. You could go probably... Jeez, deck... You could probably go down to 3, but I don't think I would go to no Searing Blaze. Oh, okay. Full. What about 4 Skullcrack instead of 4? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep this land in my hand if I draw Searing Blaze. But now my opponent has lethal, so if they see it, they're gonna go for it. But they probably just should not. So I have 2 more mountains in my deck. Go. GG being land rich, investing in that real estate. Yeah, exactly. We're playing the Boros money pile. Oh my god. If only if I drew like 2 more burn spells, I think we would have had this game. Okay. Go. Oh no, I cannot go. I cannot say go. They're at 8. They're at 8, so if they draw cards, we're screwed. Well, I guess we still say go. If they wanna, like, they need to tap mana to draw cards, so I guess we still say go. It happened quite a few times that I actually fetch mountains. Like, I would fetch the one of, like, I could fetch for the last mountain here, obviously. But then if I draw the mountain and I draw a blaze, I don't have any more landfall effect. So that's why I'm keeping, I like keeping 2 mountains in my deck. And I don't have to fetch anyway. I can just fetch the turn that I want to go with, cast all my spells. So now it's pretty much the time to go for it, because we cannot take another hit from this snap, obviously. So we're gonna go for it. So let's start with the Boros Charm. Skullcrack. They have Fire Eyes. They have Fire Eyes. Skullcrack. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get there anyway. I'm pretty sure they had more counter spells. Okay. I think their version of Uite is pretty good against us. They are running Emperor, Fire Eyes, and other removal spells. Like, I don't like playing against Uite with this kind of deck. I'd like better to play against 4-color. Now I need my lands. I need to play land. Riftbolt obviously is pretty bad. Grab Foundry. Goblin Guide. Swing. Go. Hello there, my friend, Caillou. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I want those fire crusts right now. Where are they? They left me. Okay, double Swiftspear, swing. Yeah. Well, Tron is not impossible for... if you're playing Tron, like, Burn is not impossible, but it's quite hard. Okay, if they want a Teferi here, I think I'm fine with it, because Teferi is actually kind of a slow play for them. I think I'm still fine with a Tef. Like, Tef, bounce my guide, or whatever. Sure. Like, this is their blessed play, obviously. Counters the Riftbolt. But it's still fine for us. So let's just go Boros Charm. I don't care about your Tef. Good at 2, go. Swiftspear. Do you have the verdict? You have the verdict. You go to 1. Pretty sure they have verdict here. Oh. Okay, I don't think they have verdict in hand, so we're just gonna play our Eidolon, because if they had verdict, they would have cast it for sure. So Eidolon, go. Not even sure they were playing verdict. at this point. Probably like 2 or 1. Alright. Got there. Now the draw is gonna be a lot more difficult. Like, we have so many bad cards for them, like Lightning Helix, Searing Blaze, Riftbolt. So many cards are just meh in this matchup. Okay, I like this hand. The reason is 2 Sunbaked Canyons makes my extra lands draws, and I still have a 1-drop. And, like, these are okay burn spells. Okay. Compared to my other burn spells. Oh, my God. I hate this card. I hate this card. Spreading Seas is just so annoying. So annoying. At least I got 3 more lines, so it's not gonna do too much. Sure. Okay. How often do I play Magic? Pretty much every Friday at my local game store. Almost, like, between once and probably, like, okay, let me restart from the beginning, because I'm thinking about, at the same time, what play I want to be doing. Damn, this Swiftspear is just carrying this this game. Oh my God, I need to stop with these lands. Okay, that's good. Just give me a sec here. I'll be right back. Damn, that resolves. Okay. It's pretty good for them. They're gonna go to 11. Well, now it doesn't. Okay, my bad. So every Friday, between, I'd say, 2 to 5 times I play leagues on MTGO in a week. Also, I also play with my friends just for fun sometimes. And sometimes on Thursdays. So yeah, I play a lot of Magic. But like, this is right now when I'm like working-ish, being on vacation-ish. So yeah, I can play a lot more Magic, but when it's cool, when it's my final exams, a season and stuff, it's quite more difficult. I ask this because I'm playing a lot of MTGO these days and I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed, you know? Yeah, if you mean overwhelmed with like how Burns' position is, or how do you feel overwhelmed exactly? Okay. Sure. Sure. I think we could just win the game. Cause bolt. Whoa, we did it. That was a close one. Okay, I really didn't think we were going to win this one. Not at all. Whew. This is too much like too much magic, pretty much. The thing is about MTGO, for me, at least, is like I don't think I could play like 10 hours of MTGO. It's just alone. It's just too much for me. I think like a lot of my fun with Magic is interacting with people. So MTGO is not that at all. So that's why I think MTGO is really more to practice my tournaments when I play on MTGO, to practice my plays, to try new decks and stuff. What the? Okay. We're playing against Goblin Charvelcher, I guess. So yeah, like, and I know it might feel weird, but just to flicker my cards like this, play my cards, I just like this sensation so much in paper Magic. I don't know why. I think it's just so fun to do that. So, and we don't get that on MTGO. Like sometimes when I play alone, when I'm not recording or anything, I just have cards in front of me and I just go like this. And I know like people would get annoyed by that if I record it, so I'm not doing that. But yeah, for sure, take a break if you're feeling overwhelmed with the game, with anything at all. Take a break, that's totally fine. Like hey, Monkey Stan, I've been enjoying your content and I enjoy Burn, but I do not have it on TGO yet. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Burn on TGO, what I would recommend is, okay, I think we're playing against Charlotte, so plays out, Smash, Palm, and just take out the Helix. Or the Skullcrack, I guess. Nah, Helix. And what do they have? They run 0 mana cards. They sometimes run Leyline, so if they have Leyline, Vortex is okay. What I would recommend is loan the deck, so on card order, or the other side that you can loan it. I think it's I don't remember the name, but you can loan for like maybe $5 a week, grind the leaks, get your ticks up, and eventually buy it, and then stop loaning, and you're gonna have Burn forever. That's pretty much what I did. That's how I got so many decks on MTGO. Keep hey, Romano. Shout out from Brazil. Hey, thank you. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, paper Magic is just the stuff, you know? It's just... You cannot recreate paper Magic. It's just... The experience is completely different from paper to arena to MTGO. Like, let's not kid ourselves. MTGO is a super boring platform. No music, the sounds are terrible, no effects at all. Like, if there was modern Arena, I would just play Modern on Arena. It's just there is no Modern on Arena, so when there's gonna be Modern on Arena, I'm gonna play Modern on Arena. And I think it's gonna be visually a lot more pleasing for you guys to see Magic on an Arena, because there are sound effects, there are animations, way cooler. Abzan combo viable in the meta right now. Do you mean like Devoted Druid with Vizier? Is that the like collected company stuff? Yeah, I think that's the best way. If you don't want to pay the full price on MTGO, like, I don't know what's the exact amount of what burn costs exactly. I can check, just 2 seconds. I think it's about like 300 ticks, if I'm not mistaken. 200 ticks. Okay, so if you don't want to pay like 200 US right away, you can just grind the leagues. And honestly, it might take some time, because 200 is like 105, a little, let's say 100 ticks, 100 treasure chest to get 200 ticks, and then you can buy the cards. What I did personally is when it was, I don't know if you were playing at that point, it was like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3. There was Monret Prowess that was very, very good in Modern, and it was super cheap. It was like literally 30 or 40 ticks. So I just bought the deck for 40 ticks, and I just grinded a few leagues. Then I sold the deck, then I bought Burn, then I grinded all my way to all the decks that I have right now. Of course, when I loan expensive decks, I don't have the cards. Like, I don't have Murktides, I don't have Force of Negations. But like Burn, I have a couple Pioneer decks, I have a couple red deck staples, fetch lands and stuff. I'm doing pretty good. Your friend's learning a lot from you, videos, and so am I. Thanks a lot. My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm really, really grateful that you guys are enjoying the content. And honestly, if it helps you to become a better player, I'm super happy about it. Alright, so let's just try to kill our opponent. So we have 4 plus 4 plus 3, that's pretty much 11. Up. Up. Alright, 3-0. 3-0. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's a little more difficult then. Yeah. I mean, it's really sad that Magic is that expensive, but it's a game that not all people can afford, unfortunately. That's the sad truth about this game. It's a super good game, super great game, but damn, it's so expensive. Another the shadow. Sure. Yeah, I can play Goblin Guide to block the shadow and get it the 5-0. Yeah, I feel bad for that small mistake. But, you know, it's gonna happen. And also, like, if you've watched a lot of my videos, you probably already know that I'm doing quite a lot of mistakes. Not like lots of mistakes, but I would say like from time to time I make a small mistake or sometimes even a big mistake. But when I play in tournaments, actually almost don't do those mistakes because I'm just very I'm very thinking on my game, on my plays. I'm very silent when I play, so playing at the same time just makes me make a lot of mistakes, and yeah, and that's fine. That's gonna happen. That's for the content, you know. All right, let's go. Sacred Foundry, Searing Blaze. We're playing against Arclight Phoenix. Oh wow, they have the growth. Sure. I mean, that's 5 damage. That's still a very good burn spell. I don't think we're dead here, but we might be if they have another Phoenix, because that's gonna be 9 plus Lava Dart plus maybe a Bolt. So this is in the grave. Oh, they have another Phoenix. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, we might be dead here. Might be dead. Used to be cheap. Dual lands were only $100. At this point in my life, I bought 2 battle lands for each 150 years ago. They're a lot more. Yeah. Yeah. Dual land. Like, I think Black Lotus at some point used to be like $40. Or like 40 or something like that. So, yeah. That's not exactly the same game as it was when it started. Hey, see you next time, Kaio. I really appreciate it. Alright, so that was exact lethal. Sure. That was pretty fast. Okay, so Palms, Path, Bombs. Skullcrack. I think Boros Charm is actually quite slow. It's gonna be a fast moving game. Let's go something like this. On the draw, we can take out those Eidolon. Yo, Ian. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Sure. If I get another white source, this hand is very good. And if I don't, this hand is still very good. So, sure. Like 1-2 or 1-2 is pretty great. Force of Will, $60. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think right now there are... Well, it got reprinted, Force of Will, so... At least there's that, but yeah. Force of Will is definitely very expensive at the moment. And I think the card would be even more expensive if Legacy was, like, still a very, very popular format. Because the price right now is basically because of the demand of it's played in Commander and it's played in Legacy, but there are not that many tournaments of Legacy. Right. Sanctifier should be pretty good against them. Hey Christopher, how are you doing? Yep, we're currently We did 1 league 4-1, and now we're 3-0 at the moment. Get out of here, you Swiftspear. No one likes you. I invested in legacy paper cards in 2018 and did really good. Yeah, I think in 2018 a lot of cards spiked, dual lands included. Yeah, unfortunately at that time I didn't have a lot of I don't have that much money right now, but I have a little more that I can invest in Magic. But at that time I didn't have anything, so I just looked at all the cards that were spiking and I was like, all right. Would like to get in on it, but cannot. Yeah. Yeah, last Modern Challenge was unfortunate. And unfortunately, I cannot this weekend. I have something, but I'll definitely be playing Modern Challenges from time to time. But the next, like, I would say, the next, like, 3 or 4 weekends, I don't think I'm going to be able to play in them. I have other events, being either paper tournaments or other live stuff. Alright, on the draw, let's take out those Eidolons, because I don't really like Eidolons on the draw. And can take back Skewers. Actually, maybe I'm just gonna go 2 Eidolons, because Eidolon is a very powerful card. If they stumble their first few turns and we can play an Eidolon and they don't have the removal, can probably deal 4 to 6 damage very easily. Yeah, unfortunately, I would like to be able. Modern Challenge, the thing is, yeah, I cannot every single week. Last week was definitely an unfortunate one. No. Sure. Hopefully we're gonna draw Sanctifier en-vec. And with this game. Sorry about that. Let's go chalk that in and suspend Rift Bolt, go. Hopefully this DRC is not going to do too much in one turn. It can very much do that, but hopefully it's not going to do too much. Okay, that's pretty good. Phoenix is in the grave. Sanctify en-vec, Sanctify en-vec. Give it to me. Give it to me. No. Alright, let's just go. Searing Blaze, your guy. They cannot growth. Go. Well, they can, but it's not going to do anything. Okay, if they don't have a second Phoenix, we should be good here. We can beat 1 Phoenix. 2 Phoenixes are pretty hard to beat, though. 1 Phoenix, okay. 2 Phoenixes, please don't. Okay, so far so good. Metamorphose. Yep. Burn is one of those decks where if you go first, you are heavily favored game 1. That makes it nice to play. Yeah, for sure. Every single aggro deck wants to be on the play for sure. Helps, like, sometimes it's a bit unfortunate. Sometimes it's literally a flip coin. Like, am I on the play? Yes. Alright, probably win game 1. You probably win game 2, and I probably win game 3. and sometimes it's just gonna be that, and that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go. It's so awkward. That's so awkward. Sorry, gotta think now. Gotta do some bird thinking. They're at 11. They showed us Bolt. We actually can very much die here. Bolt the Swiftspear, they have growth, we die. Bolt the Arclight Phoenix, they have growth, we die. We play the Eidolon, we bolt, we go to 7, then we go to 5. They growth, they take 4, we die. We bolt, we hope Palm. I think the plan here is just to actually say go. Bolt face, Palm the Swiftspear, that is going to be like a very big creature, hopefully. And next turn, try to win. I think we cannot actually bolt a creature and hopefully win this game. It's and our Eidolon is a very awkward card at the moment, being us being at 8. Now, Eidolon, if they don't have a removal, they can just swing with Phoenix, and we lose the game because, like, we're kind of in a bad spot. Okay, nothing. Bolt. Okay, and now I'm gonna bolt Phoenix. Because if we're going to play the Eidolon, if they want to bring it back, they're going to have to play too many spells to take life, so... Gotta preserve our life total a bit here. This game is very, very tight. I don't know what my opponent has in hand, but it's very, very close. That is fine. Grow your Swiftspear as much as you want. Alright, sorry. Would you mind telling us your history of getting into MTG? Yes. Just after this turn. After this match. Oh, that's a good one. Gotta cast that. Helix. Swiftspear. Swiftspear. Go. I think we're gonna lose this one, but it was a close one. The thing is, with Prowess, they can just kill us in one turn if we don't kill the creatures. If I go face with my Skewer, of course, I could survive here, but if they have one bolt, I'm dead. Or Lava Dart. Path. Path. Okay. That's card. Jeez, this game. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the comments at the moment, but I just want to see what is going to happen. It's gonna be very, very close. Yep, you got that. If they have one dart, we're dead. If they have one bolt, we're dead. If they have one creature, we're dead. Land creature, we're dead. Dragon Rage is fine. They swing. Do they have a Spell Pierce? No, they have it. So close. Draw. Yeah, we got... If this was going to pass. Okay, I needed to... No. If I did palm the Arclight Phoenix, they just swing with this. I cannot win next turn. I needed them to not have it. I just needed them to not have it. Alright, no 5-0 for today. 3-1. Alright, sorry. Let's get back into the chat. So, I got into Magic in the 90s as a kid around Ice Block. Then I got into Standard, again in Theros Block, and then into Legacy and Modern after that. Yeah, Ice Block is a very interesting block. Because there are like super bad creatures in that. But they were actually fine cards. Also, just maybe not for that particular time, but later they became very, very powerful cards. Okay, so my story, my MTG story is, and I think I've told it a few times, but for people that have never heard it, I actually started playing MTG on Xbox. That's right, there were games on Xbox, and it was basically like the computer game, but on Xbox. I don't remember exactly, I think it was like Magic 2000... 2013? No. That cannot be right, because I don't think there's a core set for 2013. Okay, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was a Magic game on Xbox. And my brother introduced me to that. And I liked the game. I think it was quite fun. I was playing like... It was really not the same thing as what you might be thinking. But it was quite fun. You were playing against Crushing Footfalls. Let's go. I'm not gonna play my Eidolon into a Fury here. So it was quite fun. And then my brothers and I decided to order some cards. Like, it was basically pre-constructed decks with few booster packs. What is this? Okay. With few booster packs, and we played just kitchen table just for fun. I had a red deck, obviously, because I was playing on the game on Xbox. I was playing Shocks. I was like, damn, this card is so cool. So we were playing just kitchen table just for fun. It was quite nice, and then we started to get better cards, and get this. I really didn't know what Magic was at that time. I was like very, very ignorant of the game. So to search for cards, I would Google image, type MTG red cards. That was the way I was searching for cards. I really didn't know that this game was like this big. And I was quite young also. So yeah, I searched cards like that. And then I saw Inferno Titan, one of the strongest cards in my deck. And I was like, damn, this card is so good. And then all of my brothers, we picked the Titan, all the Titans. So Inferno Titan, Primeval Titan, Grave Titan. We're playing red, black, and green at that time. We didn't really play blue and white. That's a mold. This hand sucks. Yeah, that's better. And yeah, so after that, we were just playing kitchen table. We were very ignorant of the game. but we still had fun playing it. And we were playing Commander, even though we didn't know that format existed. So we were playing at 3, but we just didn't have 40 life, and we didn't have Commanders. We had 20 life. And then we got an invitation to go to a pre-release, which was pre-release Cans of Tarkir. And we decided to go. And then that was the day we actually just opened our eyes to the game, how much it was super, like, one of the biggest TCGs of all times, if it's not the biggest. And yeah, after that we decided to buy more cards. We were still playing kitchen table, obviously, but we were like very, very powerful decks at that point. I was playing like Gruul deck. My brother was playing a Selesnya deck. And then we got into Modern. We heard about Modern and was like, oh damn, this format looks very cool. I think we're going to lose this game. And and yeah, it was pretty nice. And then eventually I found about Standard, but Standard was, at that time, Standard was as expensive as it was Modern, because it was Cans of Tarkir with all the fetch lands. So I decided to build Affinity, which was not that expensive at that time. I sold all of my other cards all of my kitchen table cards to buy Affinity. And yeah, I started Modern there. Eventually, Monastery Swiftspear, I saw this card was busted. Played Burn, and that's pretty much it. Played Burn for that time. Played a lot of Burn since then. What do we do here? We just cry? I think we just cry. They have Force of Negation, we know about that. I think we're just dead here. They forced this. Take 10 plus 5 from our own Revel, so we have to block with our creatures. I'm actually happy if they force this. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. And go. Sun Titans, yeah. I think for a kitchen table player, all the Titan cycle is really busted. Like, when your best strategy is to put a 6/6 on the battlefield, that's just very good. Like, all the triggers and stuff, like, Inferno Titan, if it survives one turn, I think you're dead. Primeval Titan, my brother, like, got basic lands out of it, but it was still pretty good. 6/6 trample, you get all your lands on the field, and he was playing like a landfall brew deck, so he played all of the landfall synergy cards. So much said that my first contact with MTG was my friend who went to Cans of Tarkir draft tournament and brought the decks he built and taught me how to play. Yeah, so we started playing around the same time. Like, I was playing before Cons, but Cons was really the set that introduced me to what the game was all about, which was pretty insane. Love when our Swiftspear are bigger than their Rhinos. Alright, down to 9. Draw. Say go. Think we're pretty dead here. We know they have Force of Negation. After his draft, he then bought Elspeth vs Kiora duel, then shared boxes with... Yeah, I also, I forgot about it, but we also bought that pre-construct Elspeth vs Kiora. We didn't really play with it. It was more of a way to show our other friends how to play the game. But yeah, we still played quite a lot with them, just to show other new players how to play the game. Okay, I think we're pretty much dead here. Yep. Okay, on the play now. Misty Grey, I stumbled on this channel a month ago, and I really like the content. Oh, you didn't see really, but I sure you wanted to say that. No, I'm just joking. Hey, thanks you so much. I appreciate it. This hand is quite bad. Am I going to get... Yeah, MH15 and cans was your first set. First deck was standard. You are in Soul Artifact. Yeah, that's pretty much when I started. M15 and Cans of Tarkir about those sets. Hey Danny, how are you doing, my friend? I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so hopefully I'm not gonna have to use this palm because we're gonna win, because we're gonna draw our second land. And everything's gonna be alright. No, I'm just joking with you. Like creatures in Bolt, so do I. I'm just joking with you, Misty Grey. What's very funny about my experience of playing Magic is that for the longest time, I was playing like Shock, and I thought it was so good. I thought like, damn, 1 mana, instant speed, deal 2 damage to any target? That's so good! And it was, I mean, it was good in kitchen table. And I think I had 2 in my decks. And every time I had one, and like my brother would go Elvish Mystic turn 1, and then I just shock his Elvish Mystic. He's like, oh, you got the nuts. And then I discovered Lightning Bolt. I was like, what? This card is so good. This card is literally just no downside, better than my shock. That's crazy. And I think just before I discovered Lightning Bolt, when I was searching with my Google search MTG cards, I found out about Flame Slash, 1 mana, deal 4 damage to target creature. And I showed that to my brother. He was like, okay, that's not a real card, right? 1 mana, deal 4. 1 mana, deal 4. Like, yeah, that's a real card. That's from Zendikar set. He was like, no, that's impossible. That cannot be right. What are we doing here? They probably have something, a Vinyl Outburst. So if we play Eidolon, the Vinyl Outburst in response, we can play Eidolon next turn for those teeth, for these 2 things. I think we still swing. We Boros Charm. We're at the very minimum gotta get in for 6 damage. We cannot die on the swing back. Fury, sure. No, you had it. I didn't expect that. Okay. See how they block here. 1 force, 2 force, 3 force. Okay, so the chance that they have Force of Negation in their hand is quite low. So get in for 6. They're at 1. Pass turn. Burn Journey. Burnie for short. Yes. You understand what we're all about on this channel. Is Burn still good? It's a tier 2 deck in Modern. It's fine. Like, you're gonna win games with it. If you're trying to be to get the best deck in Modern, and to do very, very good results consistently, I think you just have better options. But I mean, so do, like, there's a pro player that only plays Grixis Dead Shadow, even though the deck is probably tier 2 at the moment, and he still does pretty good results. So I mean, you can play whatever you want. But if you have access to other cards, probably play those. I think we're getting Prismary command here. Gutter Snipe with Shock was the one of my... Yeah, I was also playing Gutter Snipe. It was a one of in my deck. And sometimes it just won me the game out of nowhere. Like Gutter Snipe turn 3. My burn spells were so bad at that time. I was playing 3 mana, sorcery speed, deal 1 damage 3 times to any target. Jeez, that's bad. That is so bad. Sure. We have a Swiftspear. Yeah, why did my opponent attack with 2 rhinos there? What? Okay, they just attack with 2 rhinos. And they could have also just ice or fire my Swiftspear. What? Okay, we were drawing bolts anyway. Okay, sure. So I guess we just won the game no matter what there. Okay, 2 4-1s for Boros Burn. First leagues of the month, 80% win rate. That's great. What do you think of the design of a card like Risk Factor? Would it be cool to have a cheaper version for burn decks? I think the card like those are quite powerful, but the thing is, the effect gives you a choose. It gives your opponent the ability to choose. So that's the problem with those type of cards. Like, let's say it would be I don't know, 1 mana, deal 3 damage to your opponent, like Lava Spike, or draw 2. Your opponent could always decide, okay, is the deal 3 to my face better, or the 1 mana draw 2 better for them? So that's the only problem I hate about choose cards like Vexing Devil. Vexing Devil was a good option when our burn deck didn't have great options. But choose cards are always not great. Yeah, they pretty much forgot about Swiftspear. Hey, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce your names. Irisa? Irisa? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry. Welcome to the stream, how you doing? Is Mana Prowess any good? I don't have the money to color mana base. Mana Prowess can win you a lot of games. I think I do have... I played some of this list recently. I think if right now I would cut those and probably go for Kill Fiend and just go for an all-in super aggressive list with mutagen growth and stuff. And I think you can win a lot of games of Magic with like so many times you can just go turn 1 Prowess Creature, turn 2 2 Prowess Creatures, turn 3 Manamorphose, Lava Dart, Flashback Lava Dart, Bolt, you're dead. Like, so many times you can just do that. And a lot of decks cannot beat that. Of course, it's not the best option you have, but if you're on budget, it's a pretty good option. Yeah, Izzet Prowess is... The thing is, Izzet Prowess is quite expensive because of the fetch lands. That's my old version of Prowess, but I would probably play some more Sprite Dragon now. But the deck is still quite good. The only thing is you need to play Spire Bluff, which are not cheap. Some Fiery Islet, that's not an obligation, but it helps. Some fetch land to splash for the blue. So yeah, it's not a... Whoops, my bad. So yeah, it's not too budget friendly if you're on a very low budget. Yeah, the last list I was playing, it was deck donation, so it was not exactly my list. Okay. Okay. Okay, I get you. I was like, I was reading your comment, Mystic Green, and I was like, what? Okay, yeah. For paper, it makes sense. Because on Magic Online, I think Mishra's Bubbles are like 50 ticks or something like that. It's like so expensive. Oh, nice. 400 ticks just from grinding is really good. Burn's worst matchup in the popular decks. I hate you, Hammer Time. In the very, very popular decks, Hammer Time is actually quite hard. That's why I've decided to bring all the package. 3 Path, 3 Palm, 3 Smash. It's very difficult to beat Hammer Time right now because they are playing Spell Pierce now, and that's just very good against us. But other than that, other bad matchups tends to be Amulet Titan. U-White Control is not too good. Reanimator is not great. What else? Murktide is not easy. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not an easy matchup. You actually need to play very, very tightly to beat Murktide. Yawgmoth is also annoying if they run a lot of cards for the matchup. Sure. A lot of like, I wouldn't say right now in Modern there's like one popular deck that just runs over burn every single time. It's just a lot of good matchups before are not that great anymore, or like 50-50s. But 50-50s, if you get a good burn hand, you're not always gonna get a good burn hand, that's the thing. Best matchup in the popular decks? Probably Elementals. Elementals is actually a good matchup. It's very surprisingly good. Okay, we're playing against Murktide. I mean, the thing is with Burn right now is that you need to win. You need to win all of your coin flips. Like Murktide, if they were on the play, we would probably lose. Now that we're on the play, they will probably lose. This is as easy as that. You need to win all of your coin flips, but it's impossible to do that. It's always 50% chance. Yeah, Yawgmoth is definitely a very hard matchup because your best cards, being your creatures, are not effective in the matchup, not at all. I got Burning Paper. It doesn't beat my local play group. They are all in tier 1 decks like Elemental, John, 3-color stuff. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like I said a little bit at the beginning of the stream, is that right now, with Burn, you have to play so tight Like, it's not like before, like in 2015, 16, 17, you could play like you could do like 2 mistakes per game and still win the games. It's just like so stupid how much deck was powerful. But now you have to play like perfectly, and even that sometimes you need to top deck the burn out of your top deck. I think I'm still going a bolt here just so they don't untap and with the counter magic up, because they have 7 cards. I'm pretty sure they have at least 1 counter spell. They're down to 2. Take 2. Try to go to combat. They have a heat or a bolt, or you're dead. Yes. Okay, go. Upkeep, Skullcrack. Sure. Okay, we're gonna draw a card end of turn. They can only have 2 mana this turn, so I think we're in pretty good shape. I just want to draw a card in F6. Yawgmoth feels pretty hard. All of their undying creatures. Oh, yeah, sorry. I already read that. Yeah, Yawgmoth is hard. Hammer is real cheap on Modo. Do you feel it's still tier 1? Hammer is, I think in my head, tier 1.5. Like I was explaining a bit. It's a very, very powerful deck. Probably tier 1. But people are prepared for it at the moment. So that's why the deck is not as good as it was like 1 month ago or 2 months ago. So yeah. I think it's still very good. But I think it's like maybe the 3rd or 4th more best deck right now. Now that we have 3 path, I think the palms are not that necessary. Oh no, they're playing Ledger, and we're on the draw. When I'm gonna be on the play, I'm gonna take those out. Actually, I think I prefer the Riftbolt over the Skewers against their million Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm. I'm still brewing many decks in Modern. I want to make Goryo's Vengeance, Breach, and Emrakul deck work. Yeah, well, Esper Venomator is not exactly that, but it's pretty much that. The thing is, you cannot Goryo's Vengeance and Emrakul. That's the big problem with this. You cannot Goryo's Vengeance, because it's a non-legendary creature. And also Emrakul exiles itself when it hits the graveyard. We're too good at this game. Well, in terms of power level, Counterspell is not too stupid, let's say. But in terms of creating a deck, it's a bit boring. Like, like, this card is good, but the thing is, it's not that powerful considering there was Mana Leak, Logic Knot already in the format. But it makes the creation boring because you're just gonna play Counterspell now over your Mana Leaks and stuff. So it's just you have less capabilities of creating cool decks like one of not Logic Knot, or do I play 2 Logic Knots or something like that. Okay, that's a free 2 damage. Let's go Sanctifier, go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Goros Vengeance is an instant, you do it on the stack. Yeah, but it still cannot target legendary creatures, so it still doesn't work within Rakul. Because it targets only a non-legendary creature. Land. Give it to me. Yay! Get out of here. I'm playing around Spell Pierce, by the way, by doing that. Nice. Okay, let's just go double spike. They can do their things. I don't really care. I guess I should have played the Goblin Guide in that case. But I think double spike is fine. Down to 6. Go. Sure. They're holding a Counterspell. I need a path. Goblin Guide. Are they going to counterspell that? Oh, they don't counterspell it. Okay. Go! Army of Guides. Ah, another counterspell. Okay, I think we're not gonna win this one then. Probably have removal spell. They didn't counter that. If they have Bolt, we're dead also. Or Ragavan. Alright, pass turn. 1 Bolt, 1 Monkey, we're dead. Hey, the Winkiest Link 64. Thank you. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Alright, take 3. What? Okay, they just didn't have a removal spell, I guess. And we're drawing a Swiftspear. Okay, I guess my opponent just didn't have a removal spell for my Goblin Guide. Sure. That works. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. Well, you're doing pretty well. I'm guessing you're trying to say. But we're also doing pretty well. We're 2-4-1 so far, and 1-0. Playing this in paper. Oh, you're playing paper right now? You're in a tournament playing paper, and you're watching me at the same time? Or between the rounds, I guess? Yeah, he's cooped because he didn't have a blocker for my guide. So that was just lethal on the swing. Ooh, no, I don't like that. Okay, that's better. Lol. We're playing against Affinity or Hammer. But if it's the case, they have a pretty slow start. Oh, okay, yeah, just in general, you're playing this in paper. Gotcha. Alright, that's a pretty easy Searing Blaze. Sure. Can I draw another Searing Blaze? No, but I can draw Boros Charm. Okay, 1 damage. Kill this. Get out of here. Eidolon. Go. Okay. Shadowspear, you got it. Sure, take 2. Sure. They don't have Metalcraft, that's cool. They have Metalcraft, that's not cool. Okay, burn spell that deals 3 damage. Let's go. It's now or never. No! It was our only chance. Okay, let's play with our outs. Our opponent's going to fetch, they're gonna cast something, and we're going Boros Charm. I don't think it's gonna happen, but let's go. Okay. Path. We're now Boros control. Yeah. All right. I think Storm and Paper is pretty cheap. Some other decks are too. Yeah, Storm is definitely a very cheap deck. It's just not a very good deck. It's it lost the power it had 3 years ago. Storm can win some games of Magic, but you need to be very good with the deck. And even if you're very good with the deck, it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee win, because it's just the deck. It's like it has a very bad matchup to the best decks in the format, so that does not really help. And yeah, there are not many people who are playing Amulet Titan or Scape Shift or any combo decks that are like better, that are a little slower. So does not help the deck at all. Like I know one guy in my local game store. He's very good with Storm. He even has like a YouTube channel explaining how to play Storm and stuff. MTG Deck Masters. But the thing is, Storm is just not good. I've got to head out. Thanks for streaming. And heck, see ya, Christopher. Thank you for being here. See you next time. Thanks for the advice about Blizz decks. I'm worried about playing Kill Fiend though, since it dies to everything. Yeah, for sure. Kill Fiend is really not good, but it's better. Like, it's probably better than the thing is, when you're playing budget, you don't have that many options either. Just gotta play with what you have. Like, Kill Fiend is definitely an all-in card. It's like, you win or you lose. That's the plan. It's MTG Deck Masters. Alright. Let's just say go. Alright. Gotta pat that. Yeah, also the Epic Storm is pretty popular. I know him also. Okay, so if my opponent doesn't have blacksmith skill, no, even if they have it, we're still good. Okay. Okay, so they need counterspell, spell pierce. No. Yeah, that's what I told you about the new matchup. They're not running 4 protection spell and probably 3 or 4 spell pierce. That's why it's probably one of our worst matchup at the moment. Let's check their sideboard for fun. Yeah, they're playing 2 spell pierce and 2 or 3 blacksmith skill. That's very hard for us to beat. Yeah, competitive modern and budgets are not 2 words that mingle well, for sure. If you're going on budget, I mean, don't expect to win the next Pro Tour. Just play at your local game store for fun, yeah, for sure. Play with your friends for fun, yeah, for sure. You can win a lot of Magic games, but it's not gonna be as good as the best decks in the format. Do you have any other modern decks you like playing in modern? Besides Burn, yeah, for sure. Burn is a deck that I play a lot on this channel, but I play in paper. I play a lot of Murktide. Like, it's probably the deck that I play the most in paper at the moment. I also play Crushing Footfalls. I also play a lot of Monred Obosh. I also play sometimes Control. Is it Control or UID Control? Jeskai Control. I also play all the sort of mid-range decks like Ragdoll's mid-range. Decks like these. I play a lot of decks. Murktide and Crushing Footfalls being in the higher ones. But yeah, since I'm playing a lot of Burn on this channel, I'm getting burned out of playing Burn in paper. So I play other decks in paper. Control. Ew. Ah, no. It's a freaking other Hammer Time. Get out of here. Yeah, my favorite color combination is Izzet. It's a very... Oh no, it's affinity, okay. I really, really like his art. I think it's so cool. In Commander, in Modern, in Legacy, in Pioneer, Standard, you name it. I really like his art. If there was an Izzet burn, that would be so cool. But yeah, the thing is, I don't play a lot of Murktide or other decks on this channel because, well, I'm not stupid. Like, when I play other decks, I get like less than 300 views or something like that. So I know what you guys want to see. You want to see some burn, which is fine. I started this channel on burn, so might as well continue playing that. But I'm trying, I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm trying to go and diversify the channel a bit. So, like, if you check out my last months, I'm playing like one league of burn, one league of non-burn, one league of burn, one league of non-burn. I'm going, so half of my content is Boros burn or burn, and the other half is other decks. Your gameplay helps me practice my own deck, and thanks to you I placed 11 in the PTQ the other week. No PT invite, but I was close. You really helped me tune my sideboard. Yo, that's freaking good, man. Good job. 11th place is really, really strong. I'm glad you... I'm glad... I just read the other comments. 11th out of 55. That's very, very good. I'm glad you were able to do that. I'm glad I was able to help also. Sure. Pretty close. I'm guessing you were one game close to do the topic. Yeah, the channel is called ggforgoblinguide. Yeah, I know. Like, when I started the channel, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a burn channel. For sure. And I feel like ggforgoblinguide is also catchy, so that's quite nice. Okay. Let's crack this. Sure. Helix your face. Mythical Rebuke, I'm guessing. Sure. Like, this matchup is literally affinity, Hammer Time, but better. They only play 3 Rebuke, but their clock is so much slower than Hammer Time, and they're a value deck. They can run like very grindier games, but they have less aggressive potential, so it's just better for us. I end up showing up at the local game so once in a while with a bit of more of a meme deck, like taking turns and trying to beat it. Yeah, I mean, also do that sometimes. Like, I'm gonna play decks that I never play once at a local game store, just because it's for fun. And sometimes I just don't have the deck, but I just borrow it from my friend and stuff like that. Like, one of the best ways you can improve as a player is play other decks that you're not comfortable with, to try all the archetypes and know what it is to win with those decks. And if you don't have the decks, try to make friends at your local game store. A lot of people are generally, at least at my local game store, a lot of people are very friendly and they can let you borrow their deck for one Friday and stuff like that. Alright, trying to do that. I think we're gonna lose this game, that's pretty clear. We need a Searing Blaze. cannot crack the canyon because of this, by the way. Alright. How long have you been playing Modern? We're on 2022. So, 1, 2, about 7 years or 6 years maybe. Yeah, 6 years. 6 years makes sense. On the play, I'm gonna do that. And on the draw, I'm gonna cut the 2 Eidolons for the 2 things. No, I don't think I would play an Affinity channel because I stopped playing Affinity when Mox Opal was still legal. Every time I was playing Affinity, I really enjoyed Affinity. It was a very nice deck to play. But every time I was playing it, my favorite moment of playing the deck was when I was doing a Galvaning Blast my opponent for 4. That was just so fun. Like, alright, and what's your life total? 8. Alright, Galvaning Blast, you're dead. That was just the best moments for me. So, and I always knew I liked playing burn decks. So, can I play my Vortex before you do that, please? It's quite rude. Quite rude what you're doing. They want a triple block, that's fine with me. So yeah, I always enjoy casting burn spells. And fortunately for me, I sold my Mox Opal before it got banned. I sold them like $80 or something like that. Last Sunday I played Burn in Team Trios Modern, went 4-1. My only loss was to Murktide. It felt like a 50-50, almost making top 8. Thanks for playing the deck. Currently building is at Murktide, love Burn. Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very good score. 4-1 is 80% win rate. I'm always saying this, like, whenever you get a 3-2 or a 4-1 in a league, remember that decks get banned when they have a higher than a 57% win rate. So, yeah, don't forget that those type of win rates are very, very good. I'm the guy who runs 4 Core Firewalker, 4 Sanctifier main just to make burn players cry. Jeez, okay. But whenever you're playing not against burn, what do? You play a 2-mana 2/2? Except if you're playing like Mono White. And in that case, I guess it's just better to play Uruk Champions. Polterface. Right, taking 4 next turn. Opponent's taking 1. They can make some constructs. I can block with the Swiftspear, but I need another burn spell. Lots of Yogg at my local game store. Currently, the only thing that feels remotely good in the matchup is Rip. Do you think I need to make more room for Path in my sideboard? Yes. If your local game store is a lot of Yogg, for sure you need to play more Path. Like if it's, I don't know, 5 players out of 20 that are playing Yawgmoth, you could play 4 Path in your sideboard if that's necessary. Also, Vortex is good in the matchup. Yeah, Vortex is fine. Honestly, Yawgmoth is not a good matchup, just to start with. Roiling Vortex is not the best card in the matchup, but it's okay. It's gonna do stuff. But they can have like a very aggressive start and just make you lose the game with you getting killed by your Vortex. That's gonna happen. Okay, we're gonna go Eidolon, we're gonna block the construct. Next turn, we're gonna swing with everyone. If they play 2 Shadow Spears, well, I guess we lose. Maybe I should have checked if affinity plays 2 Shadow Spear just before, but too late. Looks like they are on 1 Shadow Spear. Alright, so Cranial Plating gets me. I would say it's about 3 or 4 out of 30. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Like, you're probably gonna face it once or 0 in a 4-round tournament. 30 people is pretty huge. It's a 10% of the minigame. It's still pretty high. But I'm pretty sure there are like more Murktide in there. I'm assuming. Currently I have 4 Artifact Enchantment Hate, 3 Palm, 2 Firecraft, 2 Rip, 2 Vortex, 2 Sanctifier. What do you think gets taken out? My notion is Wear and Tear. Yeah, Wear and Tear can definitely make a room. You can play like Smash instead. At my local game store, there are almost no Hammer Time or Affinity, so and there are a lot of blue decks. I'm playing Skewer the Firecraft over Smash, but that's just me. Okay, they need to block our Eidolon, but they're not going to do that. Eidolon kills us this game. Yep. Alright. Close one. So yeah, I think... I don't know how many blue decks there are, but you could probably go cut a Explosive Firecraft for 1 more path, and is the 3 Palm very like a necessity, or Palms are pretty much for Hammer Time in my mind. Sure. Let's try. Those one-landers feels bad. Another Murktide. Is there a good list for burn? Pioneer without Chandra just to kill. She is too expensive. Yeah, you can just play Boros Burn if you have the cards. Land. Vintage. Sorry. You can just play Boros Burn if you have the cards. There's no Chandra just to kill in those versions. I mean, it's probably less powerful than Run Red, but it's still very good. Sure. Many blue decks. Okay. Alright, keep the Firecrafts then. You could play a Boros Burn. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Wonky Wombat, how you doing? Did you just arrive? Or were you hiding in the shadows of the chat? The list I played most recent was this one, and I did 5-0 with this list. I don't think I would make any changes with the new sets. So yeah, you can look at this. Screenshot your screen or something. I'm pretty sure I did a 5-0 with it. It was very good. Okay, my Eidolon is dead. I'm not too surprised about that. But my opponent's getting to 3 this turn. Okay, yeah, he just arrived. Alright, let's go. Spike your face. Cast everything here. Skewer your face. Then get a mountain. And bolt your face. Say go. I'll trim 1 tear and 1 palm. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, the palm are not... 3 palm are really not necessary if you don't expect hammer time. That's pretty much for that matchup and affinity. Okay, you got here for a few minutes ago. Yeah, we unfortunately you missed the best of the stream. We did 2 4-1s just before that. 2 4-1 leagues, but you can always rewatch the video after. Yeah, get in there, Goblin Guide. You got them. If they fetch, we win. Unless they have heat and spell pierce. Whoa, got you baited. You're not gonna draw this Unholy Heat, because not on the top of your library anymore. Okay, so you're dead to the guide. So yeah, here they see Unholy Heat on top. So they want to consider to draw a card, hit my guide, but in response we Boros Charm. So they need to have Spell Pierce or they're dead. That's pretty much what happened there. Okay, so boom, Schlack, Path, Bing, Blow, Bam, go. Two Hardened Scales, players there, that's part of the consideration. Okay, yeah. Hardened Scales is a very tricky matchup. Like, it's one of those matchups that you can just lose because you didn't understand what was happening. This hand is good if we draw a second land. Alright, let's try it. Let's go. All in. All in. That's fine. Vintage. Oh. Okay. Opponent's asking if Burn is doing well these days. They can join the stream and find out. Okay, that's annoying. Suspend, go. Burn is always alright. Oh my god, okay. Burn is always alright. Is it good? It's okay. It's tier 2 deck. I was going to say join the stream, but my opponent's just gonna ghost me. We're gonna see if we don't have a second land. That's fine. Got the path. We're gonna draw our second line this turn anyway. Yay! Just gotta believe in it. And all your dreams can come true. I know I have Sanctifiers in my deck, but I really don't want to get too low. Get out of here. Yeah, cause when it's poorly positioned, at least people stop playing. Yeah, for sure. Not all people is gonna have hate for Burn at the moment. I feel like Burn will always be one of those decks that will never be a tier 1, but always be top 8 decks. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Burn definitely will always like be around there. People cannot forget about it. It's gonna be there. Alright, what's my opponent have? Just stops people from doing silly bullshit. Yeah. Burn was definitely a tier 1 in some of his history, but not at the moment. And I don't think from this point, like from now on, I don't think going forward Burn is ever going to be a tier 1 deck again. Maybe if some miracle someone prints something good for it, but no, I don't think that's going to happen. I won't go. Like, Burn in 2017, I don't think we're really saying that anymore, but Burn for the longest time was used to be like the gateway into Modern. Like, can your deck like have a chance against Burn, or is just your brew is just too like too weird or too greedy or stuff like that, then you have another. Okay, I thought they had another Fury. I was like, Jesus, that's a two of Furies. They just drew it. Opponent. They have print something on an equal power level to Swiftspear Eidolon to make burn. Yeah, exactly. Like Swiftspear Eidolon or the Goblin are the key cards in this deck. And without those cards, the deck would not exist. Alright, pass turn. Give us a second Goblin Guide. Yeah, that would be nice. Alright, opponent has 3 cards. Let us get rid of 1 counter spell. Yep. We need another line here. They're gonna play Brazen, and things are gonna get awkward. They have another counter spell. We're in trouble. Yep. That's 9 damage. Okay. Got me, opponent. Sure, let's just run it back. We got a greedy keep. Deserve to lose that one. Yeah, Fire Blast would be fair. I think Process of Progress would be very, very format warping. Like, geez, that's good. Like, Process of Progress is so good. I think you don't realize how Process of Progress is good. If you have Murktide and you think you're good with the deck, I would play Murktide. And in the few tournaments that is going to come my way very soon, I'm probably gonna be on Murktide. The deck is very consistent, very powerful, cannot go wrong, can have a lot of free wins with Ragavan and Murktide. Burn is not quite that level. And Murktide, honestly, except for 4-color, does not have a super bad matchup. Like all of the decks are winnable for Murktide. Makes the deck very good. Actual factual Perseverance would be super toxic in modern though. Yeah. What the? Where's my? Okay, I look at chat for 2 seconds there, and I just clicked through my main phase. Obviously, I wanted to cast this Sanctifier. That's a bummer. Riftbolt. Man, I just don't want to play Riftbolt and Skewer the Critics anymore. I just think the cards are very, very underpowered. Alright, I guess we're just gonna do nothing on turn 2, because our opponent did play a creature. Sure. Yeah, Helix too. Like Helix, Skewer, Riftbolt, all of those cards are just not good enough right now in the modern metagame. Just so many times you just have them in your hand, you're like, oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, you need to finish the Place of Monkeys. That's quite expensive though. Yeah, I think we talked about it a bit when you were not there, but Train Lightning I think would be fine in like Monastery 3. I think that would be a fun inclusion to Modern. I don't think the reason I was saying it was fine because we already have Unholy Heats, so there's no real reason to play Chain Lightning for decks that want to play Unholy Heats. So I think Burn and maybe a couple other decks would be playing Chain Lightnings, but other than that, most people would play Unholy Heats anyway. It's just better for most decks. Yeah. I mean, it's sorcery speed also. It has a downside of your opponent can cast it back. I think that would be fine in Modern. Yeah, probably exactly Mono Red and Burn. That's pretty much it. Alright, Eidolon is dead. You got it. Opponent does nothing. Draw a card. Sure. Alright, you cannot block this anyway. I'm just gonna show it to you right now that I have the kill. Might as well up. Alright, last round. Had to step out was the record. Right now we're in the third league. We're 2-2. So we went 4-1, 4-1 in the first few leagues, and now we're 2-2. Yeah, this charm was interesting, considering they couldn't block my Sanctifier anyway. So, not sure what was that. Alright, so while we're heading towards our last round of today, I just want to make messages again. So, please, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I'm pretty sure most of the chat right now are subscribed because, yeah, they're pretty much Burn loyalists, but maybe you're not, so consider subscribing to the channel. Putting a little comment also helps the YouTube algorithm, so just anything just like so or something like that. Liking the video. If you want to get a Burn sideboard guide, I have my Patreon in the description below. And finally, if you want to buy some Magic cards, singles, I am now sponsored by Top Deck Hero. The link is in the description below. You can use my code ggforgoblinguide to get a 10% discount of your next order of singles. So definitely go buy your Ragavans, that your last Ragavans. If you're gonna buy your Ragavans anyway at a full price, might as well get a 10% discount. Alright, opponent has probably a turn 3 win. Not sure how much this Eidolon is going to deal damage, but I'm leaning maybe towards 4 damage if possible. No. The $2 does not come with the sideboard guide. The $2 is pretty much just to buy me a coffee and say that you like my content. I put this to people that don't really want the sideboard guide, to just if they want to support the channel. But I think I'm probably going to remove it or change it because there are like 0 people picking up this one. So yeah. Just going to say go. Maybe my Eidolon can deal 2 more damage here. Maybe even more. My opponent is screwed on mana. Oh. That's quite nice. Love to see it. Hamlet Titan, 2 mana. That is beautiful. Alright. Our hand is quite bad though. Makes things more difficult. Okay, before damage, I'm gonna Helix. Get 1 more points in. Opponent's down to 3, to 6. Next turn we can Goblin Guide Eidolon. Okay, I think this game, we were having fun, but now I think it's over. Oh. Okay. We were having fun, but this game is over. Like, Eidolon, Goblin Guide were not the draws we wanted. Alright, no, we cannot. They give it haste, 16 damage. That's fine. That's fine. Give me my anti-Amulet Titan stuff. I've never played much of Roiling Vortex in this matchup, but I think I'm gonna try it for today, cutting all my creatures, because as I've explained in another video, creatures are quite bad against Amulet. Oh, I'm not a Burn loyalist, but you're a Legion loyalist. I like it. I like it. Hey, you need to play that a turn after I played this. What are you doing? Stop it with your growth thing. That's your problem. Alright, now the fountain is gonna do nothing. Go. Very trying to get my friend into Modern. He's building 12 whack. Yes. Good old classic. It's actually a very effective deck. Unfortunately, the removal got so good in the past few years that the deck just couldn't keep up. But Goblin Grenade, so good. 1 mana deal 5. Get out of here with your life gain. All the triggers on the stack. I'm gonna path the Dryad, obviously. Good. Get out of here. Yeah, a lot of the builds I've seen are good. I really think 8-12, 8 Knight needs to run Devastating Summons in the current metagame, a fighting chance against creature decks. Yeah, just get even more cheesy wins if you can. That's pretty much the plan, right? I need my D-Palms here. What do you think are the best decks in Modern? I've answered that, but I think like my top 5 would be Murktide with 4 color first, then Living End, then Hammer, then probably Footfalls. I don't think we're gonna be able to see another day here. And the last league was not great, 2-3. But that's still... Let me do the math. We went 10 and 10 out of 15 games. Okay, that's still a 67% win rate, which is very, very good. Like I'm always saying, 16 and above is super good. Yeah, I know Roiling Vortex is bad against Amulet. I just wanted to try it out. I literally just said I wanted to try out. So yeah, when I play my leagues, I actually try like sideboard cards like that you never tried out. And honestly, it's probably better than a Goblin Guide and an Eidolon. So it's not like, oh my god, this card is so good, but it's actually stops, like it deals 5 damage with Summoner's Pact, it protects from the life gain. It's okay. Yeah, I have a sideboard guide. It's in the description below. You can look at my Patreon. It's yeah. So all the links is in the description below. Giovanni Cordero, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Well, unfortunately, for the ones coming in, it's gonna be it for today. It was my 3rd league, and I'm getting quite hungry. So ended up 4-1, 4-1, 2-3. That is a very fine result for a tier 2 deck. I think we need those palms and path. I think it's quite necessary at the moment because of hammer running around. Of course, always adjust to your local metagame. And yeah, Burn is still a pretty good deck. So thank you everyone for hanging out today. It was super nice stream. Probably gonna do more of that in the next weeks when I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna be streaming Burn for sure. So if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to buy your singles, consider using my code in the description below for a 10% off if you're living in North America. I'm a player. I can stop laughing when a player brings Vortex. Yeah, but look, Amulet is running so many good blockers. Like probably like the Orbital Grazer is quite hard for us to go through. Goblin Guide does not do much. It's actually quite bad in matchup. Eidolon is very bad also. Swiftspear is okay. The matchup is bad. No matter what we say, the matchup is bad for us. So we need to bring awkward cards that are not that great. So, you know, if you have the higher ground, I mean, you're gonna try something to try to win the game. Like Amulet Titan is one of the worst matchup for Burn ever. Like there's no question about that. So might as well try cards, you know. That's what I'm saying. All right, so and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for everyone joining out. Gitello, Wakimombat, Kakwan, Giovanni, Hercules, the weakest link for sure. Thank you for everyone hanging out, and I'll see you guys in another stream or video very soon. See ya. Bye bye, guys.